Welcome back, you Washington Football Maniacs. Again, today we are back with your host, Brandon Scott, and my guy, Greg Sykes. But before we start the video, which is a preview for the Seattle Seahawks game on Sunday, if you are not a member of the Washington Football Maniacs, definitely consider it, because this is going to be a fun season. We're putting a lot of good content out. We're doing recaps, previews. We're going to do some interviews. I mean, there's a lot of good content coming your way, so definitely like, subscribe, comment below, and really consider subscribing. So today we're going to do a preview for the Washington Commanders at the Seattle Seahawks game on Sunday on Fox at 4:25. Now, looking at the game odds, and this is via BetMGM, the Washington Commanders are 6.5-point underdogs. But looking at the injury report real quick, these are game time decisions, but Emmanuel Forbes is dealing with Achilles injury, Curtis Samuel a toe injury, Jonathan Allen just getting rest for right now. His game time looks like he should be able to play. Jahan Dotson, personal reasons, and Kendall Fuller rest. So these are game time decisions. Looking at Seattle and a couple of their weapons who are dealing with some injuries right now. Noah Fant, wrist injury. Tyler Lockett, hamstring injury. And looking at Smith Jigba, another receiver to kind of keep an eye out. He is dealing with a hip injury. So again, these are game time decisions for the Commanders, but we're going to get into our 3 keys to victory, do our prediction, and keep it short and simple tonight for everybody. So let's get into it, Greg. The 3 keys to victory tonight for Sunday's game against the Seattle Seahawks. 1, if you look at their offense, they rush the ball a lot more than they pass. Their top receiving option is DJ Metcalf, and he has 28 receptions. If you compare that to our top receiving option, it is Terry McLaurin, who has 47 receptions. So there's a big gap there. So Kenneth Walker right now has 532 yards rushing with 6 touchdowns. So they like to run the ball to lead to the pass, which is kind of what I want us to do. But they do a good job kind of setting up their pass. So key to victory number 1, Greg. Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne collapse this line and prevent the run. You can also point out the bookends, but our all-star middle of the defensive line, these are the guys who are the bread and butter of stopping the run for this franchise. Number 2, looking at Sam Howell real quick. Do not feel compelled to push the ball into tight windows. Throw the ball away, rely on the weapons around you. And 3, and we're looking at it. Okay. Number 3, key to victory is put pressure on Geno Smith. Definitely got to put pressure on him, force him to get the ball out, force him to make quick reads, force him to make mistakes. Now, as you know, Emmanuel Forbes and Fuller, game side decisions, I'm more concerned about Forbes with the Achilles than I am about Fuller. But the secondary should definitely be in on the action. So, Greg, I've done a lot of talking, man. What is your reaction to the keys to victory? And what is your prediction for Sunday's game against the Seattle Seahawks?
Well, I would definitely say Seattle does like to run the football, which, again, I agree with you, Brandon. I would like to see us run the football more. It looked like that we were trying to run the football a little bit more in the last game. I loved seeing that. I want to see more of that. I want to see Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen show up in this game, stuff up that middle, but also we need some better play out of our linebackers to help with stuffing up that run. Forcing the game in the hands of Geno Smith. But that's a twofold thing as well, because Geno Smith can beat you as well, but he beats you when he is scrambling, when he's rolling out. That's when he is effective as a passer. If you can keep him in the pocket and put pressure on him there, that's when he starts to make mistakes. So what Washington needs to do, they need to put a spy on Geno Smith, but they need to try to keep him in the pocket. And so, to your point, the bookends also need to step up, try to keep him contained in the pocket. Even if they don't get to him, just try to get some pressure there and allow Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen to do what they can do best. I would say, stuff the run. I agree with you on that. And put some pressure on Geno Smith. I definitely agree with that as well. And also adding, don't allow Geno Smith to extend plays with his legs because
Yep.
that's where he can really kill you. And finally, yes, Sam Howell, he'll, he does have the tendency to force the football sometimes when he doesn't have to. And I think right now in the last couple of weeks, Eric Bieniemy is doing a fantastic job with getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Continue to do that. Continue to call, a offensive game plan that gets the ball out quickly, gets him into a rhythm early, and tell him you don't have to take those big shots downfield unless they're open. If they're open, yes, by all means take them.
Yeah.
But be methodical. It's okay to be methodical with the offense going downfield. Chew up the time. Give the ball to B. Rob. Give the ball to Antonio Gibson. Let's control the clock. Those are things that I would add. But I think you got some good keys to the game. And honestly, it's keys that we kind of almost say every single game, but
Yeah.
they're finally starting to kind of hear us a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. So slide into prediction. Now, this is a road game, and it is hard to win in Seattle. Obviously, their fans are kind of where I want our fans to kind of get to. Because I'll say this, man. Home games are often away games for us, and for fans like yourself who remember those Super Bowl years of the fan base rocking RFK so hard that they thought the stadium's going to collapse. It's kind of a testament to where I want this fan base to get. But again, it's hard to win in Seattle. So what do you got? I mean, you think this? What? I guess we'll start with what is your prediction and how important is away game for Seattle as far as the fan interaction?
Well, I would say, first of all, this smells like a start of a long win streak for Washington
Yeah.
because it's November. And I think I said it on the stream this morning that Ron Rivera's what, like 9-3 in November. So if we didn't play any football in November or December, we would be Super Bowl champions every single year. So this just smells like a another win for Washington, and they've been successful in Seattle. Believe it or not, we have played well in Seattle, so we're not afraid to go in Seattle and play the Seahawks. I predict that Washington can come out with a win. It's going to be close. It's going to be kind of another one of those sloppy, nail biting wins. I think it's going to be probably something like, I don't know, 24-20, maybe something like that. I don't think the defense is necessarily going to hold the offense to low scoring. So it may be a little bit higher than that, maybe more like 28-24 or something like that. But it's going to be a tight game, and it's probably going to be back and forth, especially in the third quarter. So that I think that Washington can pull this out. Would I be surprised if they lose? Absolutely not. But I have a good feeling about this. I think that the team has a good feeling about this, and believe it or not, I think the coaching staff has a good feeling. So I think they can go on the road and pick up a good road win. They honestly they look more comfortable on the road than they do at home.
Yeah.
So and you mentioned about how important it is to have. I think you're asking as far as like how important it is to have this good home field advantage.
Yeah.
When you go up to Seattle, the place is loud. I'm sure they pump in extra noise as well, but they've been known to having that 12th man, and I mean that is typically a great home field advantage for the Seahawks. Historically it had been a really really tough place to win football games. But Washington had always, for some reason or whatever, they've always been able to go up there and play well. I don't know why, but they have. I guess maybe they've matched up well with Seattle. But I would like to see that in Washington. And what changes that? is winning. You know, winning and being consistent, and being and playing championship level football. You know, having that ability that would bring the fans back. I mean, the fans were there. I mean, Brandon, you probably saw it firsthand. The fans were there the first part of the season.
Yeah.
You can have that throughout the season if you're winning consistently. And it's going to take probably more than a year or two of consistent winning to really have the fans being brought back. So I think that that's probably what's going to take to really to get that back in Washington.
Yeah, I agree on all points, man. I think with success, the fans will come back. I think the first part of bringing the fans back was getting rid of Dan Snyder. So we've accomplished that. New ownership, and the ownership seems like they're on their P's and Q's. They're really trying to build this team. They're holding people accountable. You know, when we're doing bad, you see Magic Johnson definitely get on Twitter or X, I guess what it's called now. So I think there's good times ahead for this organization, especially as far as getting that fan experience back in Washington, because this is a football town. You know, it always has been and always will be. It's a football town. And people forget back in the day, man, with the Redskins, man, this was a vibrant fan base, if not the best fan base in the NFL, if not all sports, in my opinion. So, yeah, I kind of, that's why I kind of asked, you know, how important is, you know, home field advantage? And it used to be really central to this team. So I want to see us get that back because, like I said, I've gone to many games, man. And, you know, the frustrating part is I'm that guy kind of telling people to get up, you know, when we're on third downs, like, come on, man, you got to get loud, man, because it's disheartening sometimes when you see us out kind of, you know, especially the Eagles fans, Lord have mercy. I get tired of that stupid song they sing every time they score, but I hate it, man. And they're sitting there, oh, they're the worst fans. So I think that was a good comparison. I think that is something to kind of aim towards because, again, you know, it really adds to the experience of Seattle for them, man. But like you said, we played well in Seattle, and I'm with you. I'm very intrigued, and I think we could pull out a close victory. So I'm gonna roll with 28-20. I think it's going to be a close game. I think that you're going to see some energy on the defensive side of the ball, man. You know, they got to get on Geno Smith because I actually got a bet with my mom because my mom's a WVU fan. And obviously, Geno Smith is former quarterback of the Mountaineers. So I got a bet with her. So I need us to get this victory, man. I need it. So, but I know you're a Virginia Tech fan, and I'm just saying, man. You know, last time we played, West Virginia got the victory. So I just want to throw that out there, Ray. But
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm with you, man. I think it's gonna be a close victory. I think this is it ain't. I guess what I'm trying to say is not over yet. You know, we went through our bumps and bruises early in the year, but I think a lot of people are fighting for jobs, especially on the bookends. They're trying to see what they got in James Williams, Two Hill, KJ Henry. You know, the list goes on. So a lot of people are. I still think there's fight in this team. So we're gonna go ahead and rock it there. Like I said, we're gonna keep it short and simple for y'all tonight. Definitely like, subscribe. Let us know what are your keys to victory and what is your prediction for Sunday's game against the Seattle Seahawks. And again, I stress it. We both do. If you're not a member, because we know we get a lot of viewers who are not members, definitely consider it because, like I said, we are up and coming all-star channel, man. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of good content is coming your way. So definitely strongly consider subscribing to this channel. And before we roll, Greg, do you have anything else you want to cover before we roll?
just one thing. I keep forgetting to show it to you guys, but if you guys are interested, I may cut like a little promo for it. But both me and my wife, we kind of designed this book bag. You can use it as a computer bag as well. It's a Washington. It's a Washington bag. I don't want to infringe on copyrights, but I'll show it to you. If you're interested, it's in my Etsy. Believe it's either in my Etsy store, or it's in her Etsy store. Either way, I'll leave a link. If you guys are interested, I'll post a picture. And maybe what we can do as well for those who are interested in becoming members of the Washington Football Maniacs, maybe we can have some sort of drawing or whatever.
Okay.
Maybe somebody can win it if you like it. My wife, she does the graphic design. She does great work. I love it. Yeah, I will try to remember to bring that with me on camera the next time, show you guys. But just trying to get things available, things that you guys might be interested in. And yeah, kind of like what I said this morning as far as memberships. Let us know if you would want to subscribe as members. What perks would you like to have? Now, be realistic, but what perks would you like to have with the channel? Because we really, we want to provide content for you, and we want to invest in this channel. We want to make it great. We want to bring on some guests that you would love to see, and hear questions and answers from them. So we want to be able to invest in this channel and bring all the content that you guys want. So just leave us comments in the comment section on that as well. So all that said, Brandon, that's all I got, buddy.
Yes, sir. You heard it here first. Definitely let us know what you guys think, man. But good times ahead. I'm trying to tell you, we're building something special here. So if you want to be a member of that, definitely consider being a member. So again, Sunday, 425 in Seattle, the Washington Commanders try to get this streak going, get a winning streak going. So definitely tune in on Fox 425. Show your support, and look, we will see you guys next time. So hail to the Commanders and peace. See you guys next time. Have a good weekend.